Hello, my name is Briar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to give a quick life update and get into what I'm doing for NaNoWriMo this year. So, as I'm posting, it should be October 31st. Happy Halloween, everybody. I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays. And the month of October is usually full of like scary movies and stories and things for me. So I hope you've enjoyed your October and are ready to dive in to NaNoWriMo this November. So, quick life update before we get into that. I have not been posting anywhere really on the internet for the last week, 2 weeks or so, because I had a little incident with a can and my laptop wherein I spilled my drink all over my laptop, and it wasn't like a little bit of water, it was like a flood and completely all over my keyboard and everything. And of course I immediately freaked out, but luckily my brother does a lot of tech stuff, so I was able to message him and be like, hey, what do I do? And I got that all figured out. Thankfully, I had worked quickly enough and done the whole turn your laptop over, make it a tent, and set it up to drip out and dry without getting all of the electricals inside wet, which is my biggest tip. If you ever spill something on your laptop, tip it over so that it all comes out the keyboard instead of sinking into the electronics. But got that figured out. Nothing was lost except for about 2 days work on my edits for my book 1 of the series that I'm writing. So I haven't been doing that. Nothing. It took like 2 days, so I lost about 3 days of work for my Preptober there. And then I just felt like really frustrated every time I would open that document because all of that work that I had done was gone. And I didn't want to be working on this project when every time I looked at it, I felt super frustrated by it. So I gave myself time to get past that, and I just moved on to planning my NaNoWriMo. So now it's the day before November, and I get to share with you guys what I'm going to be doing for that. You know, some other things went on in my life. Work got crazy, work got hectic, things went on, but that was really the thing that just took me out of Preptober entirely, was my laptop getting soaked. So, you know, things happen, plans change, life gets in the way. But that did give me time to shift gears, and I have actually spent the last week figuring out what my nano novel is going to be, which is way more time than I thought I would ever have to do that. And I've got ideas for scenes written down. My goal for today is to get those into handwritten cards, because I can type so much, but it doesn't sink into my brain as well as it does when I'm handwriting. So I'm going to handwrite that into scene cards. The way I do scene cards is a method that I learned from Sarra Cannon. So I have index cards, and I will just like write the character, the setting, and like a few beats of action about what I want to happen, and I sort of lay that out into scene card, the layout of the acts and the things like, so like the things that I do know are going to happen. I know the intro beat, I know that's about it. I know the intro beat, and I know some things that are going to happen, but I should probably tell you what I'm actually writing. So for Nano this year, I am going to be writing book 2 of my Magical Chaos Children series. I need to think of a name for that series, because right now I've been referring to book 1 as Science Camp, where my characters go away to a week-long science camp with their classes. This is where they meet, this is where they get their magic, and this is where they meet the big bad of the entire series, or at least a piece of that big bad organization. That is, I suppose it's not a spoiler, that this big bad organization, their whole raison d'etre is to steal magic from anyone who gets it in order to empower their overlord leader dude. So they're out to steal magic from these kids now that they've shown that they have it. There's some reincarnation and prophecy stuff in book 1 that doesn't get explored until much later in the series, not in depth anyway, but it gets explained, and like that's where the magic came from and all that kind of stuff. So that's book 1, which I should be editing, but I'm not. Meh. Book 2, I have decided that in this series, I kind of want to play around with genre. So book 1 is really a mystery horror. Like they're trying to figure out like where all of this stuff came from, but following like the Save the Cat genres, it's a monster in the house kind of horror where they've awoken magic, they do dumb stuff, and enemies come to attack them because of the dumb actions they're taking with their magic. So all of that entire book could have been avoided if they weren't stupid with their magic, basically. But they were, because they're children, and so book 1 was a horror story focused on my central, one central character of my 5. So book 2 is going to focus on a different character in that 5 group, and it's going to be a mystery. It's going to be a whodunit according to the Save the Cat genres. And I'm not strictly following any of these genres, I just use them for inspiration. So Save the Cat, great book. I really enjoyed Save the Cat Writes a Novel, but I'm not strictly tying myself to that in any way, shape, or form, because I do bad with strict ties to things. But so this book is going to be a whodunit. My main character, Zoe, is going to have to figure out a mystery. And this mystery is sort of centered around magic, sort of not. It's affecting her in all aspects of her life, and she's basically being targeted, or the whole group is being targeted, and she has to figure out who's targeting them, who has it out for them, and why. So that's going to be my nano novel, is figuring out who's doing it, why they're doing it, writing a zero draft basically of this story, because I've got a lot of ideas. Like I said, I spent the last week sort of outlining, sort of planning, but I'm really bad at tying myself into anything, and I like the first book, I completely pantsed. I knew they were going to go to science camp, I knew they were going to get magic, and something bad was going to happen, and that was all that I knew. I didn't know who the bad guys were, I didn't know anything, and that was so fun for me in the nano that I did with book 1. So I want to repeat that with book 2, but it's a mystery, so I need more ideas about what's happening. So for this one, what I've prepared so far is I know a couple of beats that I really want to hit and a couple of clues that I want them to find. I know who the bad guy is, and I know who my red herring is. Well, red herring, there's like 3. But there's a lot of different layers to this that writing a mystery like this I kind of expected, but kind of didn't expect it to be so intricate. And the more I write the outline, the more I realize I don't know. So I'm definitely going to be pantsing this novel as well, same way I did the first one, because even though I have kind of planned it, kind of have an outline, I have questions in every step of the outline of, well, she could do this, but what if this happened instead? Or I get halfway through and be like, wait, what if this happened earlier and that caused this to happen here? That would be cool. So my notes for this are a hot mess, and I'm really excited for Nano to start so that I can get into it. So this is my Nano this year. If you're interested, I will be posting updates through November about what my Nano is going to be. I want to try to maybe do some vlogs or something, but I don't know. We'll just see what happens. We'll see what November brings. And hopefully it will bring me 50,000 words. Hopefully it'll bring you 50,000 words if you're doing NaNoWriMo. If you are, let me know what you're doing down below. And if you used For the Words or Sarra Cannon's outlining methods, let me know how it's worked for you. If it hasn't worked for you, what helped you stay focused during NaNoWriMo, because God knows focus is an issue for me, and I need any tips and tricks that you can provide. So I will see you guys next time. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and all the things if anything that I've said or done is interesting to you. And I hope you've had a happy Halloween and you're ready for NaNoWriMo and all the words to come. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye! Ugh. I've been filming this while kneeling on a table because I make bad decisions, and now I can't move. I just wanted to try out the green screen, okay? I just wanted to try it.